Get daily updates directly to your inbox. Plus subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Could not subscribe? Try again later. Invalid email. Jose Mourinho has vowed to pledge to provide Scott McTominay with a long-term future at Manchester United. The Portuguese is hell-bent on bringing through the best prospects from the Old Trafford side's academy, as he acknowledged the responsibility he has. Midfielder McTominay has played 4 times this season for United, all in the Cups. But Mourinho has bigger plans for the Scottish prospect. The 20-year-old has still to pledge his future to Scotland despite being qualified through his father. But his path at Manchester United is clearer. Image. Getty. I think what is happening with Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford is now happening with Scott McTominay, because he is not going to leave the club anymore, said Mourinho in an exclusive interview with Mirror Football's chief sports writer Andy Dunn. To follow a certain pathway is important. I am doing it with McTominay. Mr. Van Gaal had the start of Rashford. I am having it with Scott McTominay, and next year, there should be another. Mourinho is also conscious of a streak stretching back to October 1937 that has seen United include at least one academy prospect in their match-day squad. I don't want to be the one that breaks that, and I think the next United manager, it doesn't matter when he comes, should also try not to break it, added the Portuguese. It is more difficult now than it was before, but I think it is good. I feel it like a way to keep a certain identity of the club. To keep that identity means, basically, we should bring a new player from the academy every season. You can bring someone to play 10 minutes, then the player disappears, and then you can say, oh, 40 players have their debut with me, but none of them are important. When I say bring, I mean for them to stay. Quote. Image. Action images via Reuters. Mourinho's mention of the next United manager is intriguing. He does not want a discussion on his long-term future, but responds to questions about aims and ambitions by reiterating the length of contract he signed. I signed a 3-year contract, and when I signed that 3-year contract, it was basically to try and improve the direction of the football team, he says. And obviously, when we want to improve the direction of the football team, it means to try and win titles, which we did already last season. But when we speak about titles, everyone obviously thinks about the Premier League. Mourinho believes the pressure on United to win their first title post-Sir Alex Ferguson is a little harsh. Image. Jaguar. Image. Jaguar. Image. Jaguar. Image. Jaguar. He explains. Of course it is an objective, but to say the only way we are improving is to win the Premier League is not quite fair, because the other teams, the other 5 or 6 teams, have the same objectives, the same responsibility, the same tools. They have the same qualities to do it, or even more, because they have the stability over the past 3 years. Mourinho clearly thinks competition within the Big Six has rarely been fiercer, but does not necessarily believe that will lead to success in Europe. Image. Jaguar. With City and Spurs already qualified, United as good as, and Liverpool and Chelsea odds on to follow suit, it looks almost certain England will have 5 representatives in the knockout stages. Many believe the Premier League could be on the verge of beginning a golden era in Europe. Does Jose? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, because I always say the Champions League only starts in February, and in February, the English teams are after December and January, where we can play 20 matches over 2 months, and the Germans, the French, the Spanish, the Italians, they all come from a winter break. Image. Getty. Image. Man Utd via Getty. Image. Action images via Reuters. Image. Reuters. So I think they arrive in better conditions than the English teams. It's also a fact that any match you play in this country, if you don't go strong, you lose. We go to Bristol, City of the Championship next Wednesday, in the EFL Cup quarter-final, and if you don't go with a strong team, you lose. That's as simple as that. In other countries, between the top teams and the others, there is huge difference, and not just in terms of talent and potential, but also in terms of mentality, image, PA. Here, the smaller teams want to win, want to compete, want to have the courage to try and get a result. That is why Mourinho will need deep resources as he prepares to battle on all fronts. That is why Mourinho might need to that United tradition even more than he already thinks.